Perhaps the most polarizing free agency target for the Knicks this offseason has been Lonzo Ball. While some Knicks fans are ready to accept Lonzo with open arms, other fans want nothing to do with him. Well, it looks like the Knicks front office is also pretty split on Lonzo Ball as well. It was reported a few days ago that there's no consensus within the Knicks front office on whether to pursue Lonzo or not. Furthermore, Ian Begley of SNY said the other day that the Knicks front office is still split on whether to sign Lonzo Ball or not.
So nothing imminent, but a point guard the Knicks could sign this offseason is Lonzo Ball. Do you think they'll make a push for him?
I haven't gotten a clear picture there in terms of there being a consensus about Lonzo Ball. I know as late in the regular season, there was no consensus there. There were some people with the Knicks who didn't feel like Lonzo would be the best fit. And, there was talk about getting a different kind of guard, a guard who could play off of Julius Randle and RJ Barrett. And if you're bringing Derrick Rose back, then you don't need a guard who is going to have the ball in his hands a ton. So there wasn't a huge appetite for Lonzo Ball at the end of the regular season. Things can always change, but I don't think there's any consensus there at the moment.
So why is the Knicks front office split on Lonzo Ball? And is he a player that the Knicks should target? Let's talk about that in this video. But before we continue, please like the video and subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a banger. Now let's get started. So as Ian Begley just said, there's people in the Knicks front office that don't think Lonzo would be a great fit with RJ and Randle. Now, while some members don't think he's a great fit, others obviously think he would be a good fit. I already made a video where I broke down Lonzo's game, and if you want a detailed analysis of what Lonzo brings to the table, you should check that video out. But Lonzo definitely checks a lot of boxes. He's a good defender, a good three-point shooter, and a good passer, which is what the Knicks clearly need at the starting point guard position, making him an upgrade over Elfrid Payton. But the problem with Lonzo, which is probably why members of the Knicks front office don't see him as an ideal fit, is because of his inability to create offense in the half court. He's a good transition passer, but he really struggles to break down defenders, finish at the rim, and create offense for himself off the dribble. To demonstrate, Lonzo only has a 38% field goal percentage on drives to the basket this season, and this ranks 163rd in the league amongst players who finish 200 drives. I got that stat from NBA.com, and if you want to look at it, I'll put the link in the description, but the point is, Lonzo really struggles to create offense for himself off the dribble. So for the Knicks, while Lonzo would definitely be an upgrade at point guard, he doesn't get the Knicks the elite scorer and playmaker that they actually need. In the Knicks' first round exit to the Hawks, the Knicks offense really suffered from not having another elite initiator on offense. Julius Randle was completely locked down, and the only consistent scorer for the Knicks was Derrick Rose. In order to become a team that gets out the first round, the Knicks need another player who could get into the paint at will and distribute the ball in the half court, and that just simply isn't something that Lonzo was good at. That doesn't mean that Lonzo would be a terrible addition. Again, Lonzo checks a lot of boxes, but since he's a limited player, he's only a good signing if he can be had at a reasonable price. The problem is that it may be impossible to sign Lonzo without overpaying. Lonzo is a restricted free agent, meaning that the Pelicans can match any offer for him. Lonzo is a pretty good fit on New Orleans, and if the Knicks give him a reasonable deal, the Pelicans probably would match. While Lonzo is a nice fit with their team, the Pelicans are also not trying to overpay for his services, which is why it's been reported that the Pelicans are unwilling to match a significant offer for Lonzo. So if you're a Knicks fan that wants Lonzo, the question is, how much are you willing to pay for what he brings to the court? It's already been reported by several outlets that Lonzo is seeking at least $20 million a year annually. So again, if you want Lonzo, are you really willing to pay 4 years, $80 million for a point guard that struggles to create offense off the dribble? I also haven't mentioned the fact that Lonzo is injury prone. He's never played in more than 63 regular season games his entire career. His first year, he played 52 games, 44 his second year, 63 his third year, and he played in 55 regular season games this season. Of course, Lonzo is still just 23 years old, so I'm sure plenty of fans may be willing to give him that $20 million a year and bank that he'll continue to get better offensively. But then, of course, you're also taking a risk, and that can very easily end up being a contract that ages badly. So we can clearly see why the front office is split on Lonzo Ball here. While many members of the Knicks front office may see Lonzo as a good fit, others are probably against chasing him due to his shortcomings offensively and not wanting to overpay. The fact that LeVar Ball is a complete clown show doesn't make things better either. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for me. Do you want the Knicks to sign Lonzo Ball? Are you okay with paying him $20 million a year? Tell me in the comments. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.